Hello friends, and welcome to the Forgotten Past. On this channel, you'll explore untold stories, lost events, ancient discoveries, and hidden secrets from across history. Let's view the video. Top 15 Greatest Conquerors in History. 1. Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan, born as Temujin in 1162, united the Mongol tribes into a single, unstoppable force. Through ruthless tactics and unmatched military brilliance, he forged the largest contiguous empire in world history, stretching from the Pacific to Europe. His rise to power began with a vision of uniting the steppe tribes under one banner. Genghis Khan rewarded merit, encouraged discipline, and adopted advanced military techniques from conquered peoples, making his army fearsome and efficient. The Mongol conquests reshaped Eurasia. Cities fell, kingdoms collapsed, and trade routes like the Silk Road flourished under Mongol protection. Though brutal, his campaigns stimulated cultural and commercial exchanges across continents. Genghis Khan's legacy endures through global trade, genetic studies, and military history. His empire, which spanned over 24 million square kilometers, influenced the world long after his death in 1227, altering borders and civilizations forever. 2. Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great of Macedonia remains one of history's most legendary military leaders. Born in 356 BC, by the age of 32, he had conquered the Persian Empire and stretched his dominion from Greece to the borders of India. Tutored by Aristotle, Alexander's military genius and charisma inspired loyalty among his troops. His battlefield tactics, such as the use of the phalanx and combined arms, made him nearly invincible in combat against far larger armies. His most famous victories include the battles of Issus and Gaugamela, where he defeated the mighty Persian king Darius III. Alexander's campaigns spread Hellenistic culture, blending Greek, Egyptian, Persian, and Indian influences. Though his empire fragmented after his untimely death in 323 BC, Alexander's cultural legacy endured for centuries. The cities he founded, especially Alexandria in Egypt, became centers of learning and civilization, shaping future generations. 3. Tamerlane, Timur. Tamerlane, also known as Timur, was born in 1336 in Central Asia. Claiming descent from Genghis Khan, he carved out a vast empire through brilliant military campaigns across Persia, India, and the Middle East. Timur's military genius was marked by swift cavalry movements and ruthless psychological warfare. His forces laid waste to cities, leaving behind pyramids of skulls as warnings, while simultaneously fostering cultural and architectural achievements. His empire stretched from the Mediterranean to India, including Persia, Mesopotamia, and parts of Central Asia. Despite his brutality, Timur was a patron of art, literature, and architecture, making Samarkand a cultural jewel. After his death in 1405, his empire fragmented, but Timur's legacy persisted. His campaigns reshaped political boundaries, and his descendants, notably Babur, founded the Mughal Empire, continuing his influence in South Asia. 4. Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon Bonaparte, born in Corsica in 1769, rose from a military officer to Emperor of France, reshaping Europe through conquest and reform. His ambition and military brilliance left a lasting mark on the world. He dominated European battlefields during the Napoleonic Wars, employing innovative strategies like corps organization and rapid maneuvering. Victories at Austerlitz and Jena cemented his reputation as one of history's greatest generals. At the height of his power, Napoleon controlled most of continental Europe, spreading revolutionary ideals and legal reforms, including the famous Napoleonic Code, which influenced modern legal systems worldwide. Despite his ultimate defeat at Waterloo in 1815, Napoleon's legacy endured. 5. Cyrus the Great. Cyrus the Great, founder of the Achaemenid Empire, was born around 600 BC. He created one of history's first vast empires, stretching from the Mediterranean to the Indus Valley, through conquest and statesmanship. His rule emphasized tolerance, justice, and respect for local customs. The famed Cyrus cylinder is considered an early declaration of human rights, promoting religious freedom and equality within the empire. Cyrus conquered Media, Lydia, and Babylon, establishing efficient administration and infrastructure. His capture of Babylon was celebrated for its peaceful transition, and he allowed exiled peoples, like the Jews, to return home. Cyrus's legacy influenced empires for centuries. The Achaemenid model inspired governance, diplomacy, and military organization, laying the foundation for future Persian and global empires long after his death in 530 BC. 6. Caliph Umar ibn al-Khattab, R.A. Caliph Umar ibn al-Khattab, born in 584 AD, was the second caliph of Islam. Under his leadership, the Rashidun Caliphate expanded rapidly, defeating major empires and spreading Islam across vast territories. A brilliant strategist, Umar oversaw the conquest of the Levant, Egypt, and Persia. His leadership emphasized justice, simplicity, and administrative reforms that strengthened the Islamic State. Jerusalem surrendered peacefully under Umar's rule, with him personally ensuring religious freedom for Christians and Jews. His governance model promoted accountability, welfare, and equitable treatment for all subjects. Umar's legacy shaped the Islamic world and beyond. His conquests added over 2 million square kilometers to the caliphate. His policies laid the foundation for the golden age of Islamic civilization that followed. 7. Attila the Hun. Attila the Hun, born around 406 AD, led the Huns and became one of Rome's most feared enemies. His relentless invasions shook the foundations of the Western and Eastern Roman empires in the 5th century. Known as the Scourge of God, Attila united the nomadic Huns and forged alliances with Germanic tribes. His horseback archers and cavalry brought devastation from the Danube to France, raiding cities and demanding tribute. In 451 AD, Attila invaded Gaul but was checked at the Battle of the Catalonian Plains. Despite this, his campaigns terrorized Europe, forcing cities to surrender and emperors to negotiate peace. Though his empire fragmented after his death in 453 AD, Attila's conquests weakened Rome, accelerating its decline. His fearsome reputation lives on in European folklore as a symbol of barbarian power and destruction. 8. Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar, born in 100 BC, transformed the Roman Republic through conquest and political ambition. His military campaigns expanded Rome's borders and paved the way for the rise of the Roman Empire. Caesar's most famous achievement was the conquest of Gaul, where he subdued fierce tribes and extended Roman rule to the Atlantic. His writings, the Gallic Wars, immortalized his military prowess. In 49 BC, Caesar crossed the Rubicon River, triggering a civil war. His decisive victories and political reforms made him dictator for life, alarming Rome's elite and reshaping its future. Assassinated in 44 BC, Caesar's legacy endured through the Roman Empire's foundation. His influence on politics, military strategy, and even the calendar persists, cementing his place among history's greatest conquerors. 9. Akbar the Great. Akbar the Great, born in 1542, was the third Mughal emperor of India. His military conquests and administrative reforms unified a vast, diverse empire and ushered in a golden age of culture and prosperity. A skilled military strategist, Akbar expanded Mughal rule across northern and central India. His tolerance towards different religions and incorporation of Rajputs strengthened his rule and minimized rebellions. He encouraged dialogue between Hindus, Muslims, Christians, and others, promoting harmony. Akbar's administration reformed taxation, infrastructure, and governance, turning the Mughal Empire into one of the world's wealthiest realms. Akbar's legacy includes grand architectural achievements like Fatehpur Sikri and the flourishing of arts and literature. His vision of unity through tolerance left a lasting imprint on South Asian history. 10. Augustus Caesar. Augustus Caesar, born Gaius Octavius in 63 BC, became Rome's first emperor and transformed the crumbling republic into a stable empire. His reign ushered in the Pax Romana, a period of peace and prosperity. After defeating Mark Antony and Cleopatra at the Battle of Actium, Augustus consolidated power, cleverly maintaining republican appearances while holding absolute authority. His reforms strengthened the military, administration, and economy. He expanded Rome's borders into Egypt, parts of Central Europe, and Spain, securing frontiers and fostering trade. His rule stabilized the empire after decades of civil war, allowing arts and infrastructure to flourish. Augustus's legacy shaped the Roman Empire for centuries. His model of governance, focus on stability, and imperial ideology influenced Europe's political history long after his death in 14 AD. 11. Mahmud of Ghazni. Mahmud of Ghazni, born in 971 AD, was a Turkic conqueror who established the Ghaznavid Empire in Central and South Asia. His military campaigns into India reshaped the region's political and religious landscape. Leading 17 major expeditions into the Indian subcontinent, Mahmud targeted rich temple cities like Somnath, amassing vast wealth. His invasions weakened Hindu kingdoms and paved the way for Islamic influence. While remembered for his raids and destruction, Mahmud also promoted culture and scholarship. His court in Ghazni attracted poets, scientists, and historians, making the city a prominent cultural center. Mahmud's legacy is complex. To some, he's a champion of Islam; to others, a destroyer of temples. Yet his conquests undeniably altered India's history, accelerating the region's political fragmentation and religious diversity. 12. Suleiman the Magnificent. Suleiman the Magnificent, born in 1494, was the Ottoman Empire's greatest sultan. His reign marked the empire's peak, combining military expansion, legal reform, and cultural flourishing. Suleiman expanded Ottoman rule into Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. Victories like the capture of Belgrade and Rhodes demonstrated his military prowess, making the Ottomans a superpower. Known as the lawgiver, Suleiman codified laws, strengthened justice, and promoted arts and architecture. Under his rule, Istanbul became a center of culture and grandeur, exemplified by the magnificent Süleymaniye Mosque. His legacy defined the Ottoman Golden Age. Suleiman's reign shaped politics, religion, and art across 3 continents, solidifying the empire's place as one of history's most formidable forces. 13. Hernán Cortés. Hernán Cortés, born in 1485, led the Spanish conquest of the Aztec Empire. His expedition changed the course of world history, bringing vast wealth and territory to Spain and reshaping the Americas. Landing in Mexico in 1519, Cortés formed strategic alliances with native enemies of the Aztecs. His use of firearms, horses, and diplomacy helped him overcome enormous odds despite being heavily outnumbered. The fall of Tenochtitlan in 1521 marked the collapse of the Aztec Empire. Cortés's conquest introduced European rule, Christianity, and new diseases that devastated indigenous populations. Cortés's legacy is controversial. To some, he's a daring explorer; to others, a ruthless conqueror responsible for indigenous suffering. His actions opened the Americas to European colonization, forever altering global history. 14. Francisco Pizarro. Francisco Pizarro, born around 1478, was a Spanish conquistador who conquered the Inca Empire in South America. His exploits marked one of the most significant episodes of European colonization. In 1532, with just a few hundred men, Pizarro captured the Inca Emperor Atahualpa, exploiting internal divisions and superior technology. This bold move secured vast Andean riches for Spain. Pizarro's conquest brought the fall of Cuzco and Lima's foundation, establishing Spanish dominance over Peru. His campaigns introduced European governance, Christianity, and brutal exploitation of native populations. Pizarro's legacy, like Cortés, is divisive. While expanding Spain's empire, his conquest devastated the Inca civilization. The cultural, economic, and demographic consequences of his actions still echo across South America today. 15. Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler, born in 1889, led Nazi Germany and orchestrated aggressive military expansion across Europe. Though his conquests were temporary and morally abhorrent, they reshaped the modern world through conflict and devastation. Hitler's forces rapidly conquered Poland, France, and much of Europe between 1939 and 1941. Blitzkrieg tactics combined speed, air power, and armored divisions to overwhelm opponents. Despite early successes, Hitler's ambition led to disastrous campaigns in the Soviet Union and North Africa. His military overreach and brutal occupation policies triggered fierce resistance and global opposition. Defeated in 1945, Hitler's conquests collapsed, but their consequences linger. His actions sparked World War II, the Holocaust, and redrew global borders. He remains a stark warning of unchecked power and militarism. Thanks for watching The Forgotten Past. If you enjoyed the journey, like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a hidden story or untold truth. New discoveries await. See you in the next video.